Today, we're looking at Sonic the Hedgehog 2 for the Sega Genesis. Sonic 2 was released by Sega in 1992 on the Sega Genesis. Sonic the Hedgehog 2 is a platformer game featuring Sonic as he fights Dr. Robotnik, who steals the Chaos Emeralds. It introduces a new sidekick, Tails. It has faster gameplay, larger levels, and a multiplayer mode. Remember, if you're new to this channel, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button as it helps us channel grow. And don't forget to hit the notification button for all future videos. So, is Sonic 2 any good today? Here is our review of Sonic the Hedgehog 2 for the Sega Genesis. Sonic is trying to get the Chaos Emeralds back and free his island from Dr. Robotnik. But first, he has to take out Robotnik's Death Egg, a super weapon that functions similar to the Death Star in Star Wars, by utilizing the Master Emerald. A tropical island, a chemical plant, some ruins, a city, a volcano, a cave, the factory-like interior and exterior of Dr. Robotnik's base, Dr. Robotnik's air fortress, and even the Death Egg itself must be defeated by Sonic along with his new companion, Tails. The controls and gameplay of Sonic 2 are almost perfect. First, I didn't like that the spin dash, which is rolled quickly along the ground, could only be done while in mid-motion in Sonic 1. However, you can do this anytime in this Sonic 2. Additionally, the controls are flawless, nearly as good as Super Metroid quality. A, B, or C jumps, D-pad moves, down and A speed dashes. Since the controls are straightforward, players can concentrate more early on the gameplay rather than learning tedious combos. The player navigates Sonic and Tails through a series of side-scrolling levels. There are 2 acts in each level, and Sonic has 10 minutes to complete each act. Along the way, he gathers power-ups and rings that protects him from harm in the event of a hit. Sonic loses his coins when he gets hit, and he dies if he gets struck without any coins. You will find that the game has lots more extra lives than Sonic 1, so you don't have to worry. They can be located by getting high score, finding them in secret locations, or collecting 100 rings. Every level differs greatly from the one before it. For example, in level 2, Sonic must navigate a chemical plant that includes pink toxic liquid, where in level 1, Sonic travels through a lush tropical region. A few more highlights are the Death Egg, which contains the story's climax, where Sonic must race through Dr. Robotnik's ground headquarters, and Casino Night. Each level ends with Sonic with Tails having to battle one of Dr. Robotnik's creations. A laser trap, cloning device, drilling machine, lava vehicle, and even a 30-foot robot are a few examples. While the bosses in this game have a fair amount of variation, they aren't as challenging as they were in Sonic 1, especially after the player becomes accustomed to the level and gameplay. The graphics are far better than the first one. Sonic and the minor redesign appears to look a little better. There is an incredible amount of color on the stages. All enemies have excellent designs. Tails appears to be looking good as well. But the special stages are the most amazing. They're just crazy. I never would have imagined seeing running through a 3D tunnel on the Genesis. In this mode, Sonic and Tails also appear fantastic. The graphics are appropriate for speed, even though there are a few sluggish levels. Wing Fortress and Metropolis come to mind, but those are just the later levels. Even the basic levels' backgrounds are occasionally interesting to look at. The music is quite catchy, especially in zones like Chemical Plant and Metropolis. Most of the music is upbeat and mechanical in nature. There are no real sad tunes in this game. Sound effects remain relatively the same, clear, crisp, and pretty darn good. Some of the sound effects are cheesy, such as Sonic's jumping and the laser noises, but overall the sound quality is above average for a Sega Genesis game. Sonic 2 will eventually grow into a breeze that can be completed in around 40 minutes or less. Most of the early missions take less than 2 minutes, and there are plenty of replay value in this game, especially with the time trials and the Chaos Emerald side quests. Casino Night can be loads of fun, especially with the ring slots and the pinball style layout. Other levels like the Hilltop and Chemical Plant have multiple paths they can be taken, thus leading to further exploration of every nook and cranny of the level. The game may be too easy at times, and even too difficult for some experienced players in some levels, especially the water zones, but it's as addicting as any other Sonic, Metroid, or Zelda game. This game is definitely worth checking out. I played this for the first time straight through and I had a blast with it. I liked it so much better than the first game. That's why Sonic 2 for the Sega Genesis is getting a 9 out of 10. That would do it for this review. What did you think about Sonic 2 for the Sega Genesis? Please leave comments below to share your thoughts. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you here in the next episode. Have a great day.